Welcome everyone, I'm Spiro for Newsbud.com. I'm going to recap everything Newsbud has published just in the last week alone so you can see exactly what you're missing if you're not already a Newsbud community member. This was another solid week for Newsbud. This week our Russia and Balkans expert covered Russia's moves to dominate space and a recent geopolitical summit attended by Vladimir Putin discussing the New World Order. Our financial expert cut through the media and government propaganda exposing the actual state of the economy. Our Asia expert breaks down the U.S. strategy in Afghanistan and how that could lead to a conflict with China. Our constitutional attorney exposes how the U.S. government is literally preparing for war with U.S. citizens and much more. But first, we're going to start with an update on the assassinated Maltese journalist Daphne Galizia, who was recently killed with a car bomb. Newsbud's founder and editor Sibel Edmonds and myself had an in-depth investigative analysis on the 4 main likely suspects responsible for the assassination. While everyone is quick to point the finger at Malta's prime minister, there is much more to this story as it has international implications. The full 38-minute video is now available for Newsbud subscribing members, or you can rent it today at Newsbud Vimeo On Demand. Now, Newsbud is a 100% independent news organization funded by you, the people, through your subscriptions and donations. Newsbud was founded by FBI whistleblower and best-selling author Sibel Edmonds. Newsbud offers our subscribers members-only exclusive content every week for a very low price, and your subscription helps to fund this operation. With your support, we've been able to build a top-notch team of experts to counter the corporate-controlled and government-approved media.
The Geopolitical Report analyzes foreign policy and other current events that the mainstream media refuses to cover.
This week on Newsbud's Geopolitical Report with Kurt Nimmo, titled War Algorithm, Nimmo delves deep into the newest arms race led by DARPA, the Pentagon, and Google to develop autonomous robots ranging from large to small that run on artificial intelligence.
In October, a pair of FA-18 Hornet jets flying above California deployed a robotic swarm of 103 tiny drones. The drones received a series of tasks and carried them out autonomously. Autonomy and swarming are central to predictions about future war.
Of course, AI has the potential to help humanity and be used for good, although AI is currently being weaponized by the tech industry and the military-industrial complex to kill. While some of the world's top minds are voicing their concerns that Skynet could actually become a reality with the introduction of AI on the battlefield. Given the U.S. track record of the countless innocent lives lost in war and the terrible weapons used indiscriminately to take those lives like nuclear bombs, depleted uranium, and Agent Orange, I think this is something people really need to start taking seriously, talk about, and address. Now, the full video is available now for members at Newsbud.com, or you can rent this video today at Vimeo On Demand. For those of you who may have missed it, be sure to check out one of my most recent videos for Newsbud that is currently open to all. It's titled The Obama and Clinton Cartel. In this video, I break down all the latest developments in the Clinton saga, how the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the Obama White House colluded to protect Hillary Clinton, plus the latest on the FBI informant who is set to testify against the Clintons on Uranium One. This week, Newsbud's constitutional attorney, John W. Whitehead, breaks down how the CDC, Homeland Security, the military, and the police have been preparing for a zombie apocalypse, when in reality, the zombies are us, you and I, the American people. The government has been preparing for massive civil unrest here in the United States, and the public is oblivious or couldn't care less because most people blindly believe and trust that the government has their best interests in mind, while history suggests otherwise. This is a powerful video based on documents and facts by one of the nation's most respected and top constitutional attorneys.
Case in point, in 2017, it was revealed that the Pentagon has been using a dystopian training video to prepare armed forces to solve future domestic, political, and social problems. It's only 5 minutes long, but this military training video predicts that the military may have to impose martial law in America.
You do not want to miss this video. They are preparing for a major event. Find out more at Newsbud.com. For members, and for non-members, you can rent the full video today at Newsbud Vimeo On Demand. And while the government and the media want you to believe that things couldn't be better for the economy, just as they did right before the 2008 financial crisis, this week Newsbud's financial expert, the host of Money and Fear, Pi Ian, wrote an exclusive article breaking down the current state of the economy, how we got into this mess, the role of the government, Wall Street, the big banks, and the Federal Reserve played to get us into this situation, and how there are some major changes coming very soon. You do not want to miss this must-read article, and it's available now for Newsbud community members. In this week's edition of Newsbud's Russian Newspaper Monitor, Professor Philip Kovacevic covers the recent geopolitical summit attended by Vladimir Putin. The main focus of the summit was creative destruction, discussing the possibility of a new world order emerging from the current conflicts. The professor also covers the upcoming Russian presidential elections and the expected demonization of Putin as the West hopes to influence the Russian elections.
This is why I expect another major wave of anti-Putin propaganda in the Western mainstream media, even to the point of accusing Putin of all 7 deadly sins, of grand theft and war crimes, and comparing him to Hitler yet again.
Kovacevic also breaks down how the US and Russia are financing other countries to influence them either a pro-NATO or anti-NATO position. Plus the latest moves by Russia to establish its dominance in space, and how Russia and China may team up to counter the United States. Find out all this and more from Newsbud's geopolitical expert on Russia and the Balkans at newsbud.com for subscribing members, or watch it today on Newsbud Vimeo on demand. Now, in addition to Newsbud's weekly show, the Russian Newspaper Monitor, Professor Philip Kovacevic also has another one-of-a-kind show that you will not find anywhere else on the internet, and this show is called Tales from the Russian Intelligence. It premieres once a month at Newsbud, and it's really a special treat for our members. Now, this show is extremely unique as the content is being presented in English for the first time ever, as the professor references declassified documents from the Russian archives in addition to various Russian publications. This month, Professor Kovacevic covers the true story of the best-known and most respected spy in Russian history, a man worthy of being called the communist James Bond. Do not miss this edition of Tales from the Russian Intelligence, exclusively available at newsbud.com for members. Non-members, you can access it at Vimeo on demand. Now, Newsbud's China Watch is a great weekly show hosted by Newsbud's Asia expert Peter Lee.
I'm Peter Lee, and I host Newsbud's China Watch, which airs with a fresh episode every Wednesday morning. Watch it. I'm committed to reporting important news and perspectives on the rise of China and trends in Asia that are reshaping our entire world.
This week on China Watch, Peter Lee covers President Trump's upcoming Asia trip, where he is going, and who he's reportedly snubbing and why. Lee covers how the U.S. is turning to India in Afghanistan and how this could trigger a major problem that could lead to a direct conflict with China. Find out Russia's involvement and how Pakistan fits in, as the U.S. says they are ready to spend another few decades in Afghanistan. Plus, find out the latest on President Trump's relations with the Chinese president and how Hillary Clinton fits into all this.
Trump will also enjoy his trip to Japan because Shinzo Abe knows what pushes Trump's buttons, and he will push them continually during the visit. For instance, it has been revealed that Trump will be entertained by an icon of Japanese culture, Kazuhito Kosaka, also known as Pikotaro.
I have a pen, I have an apple, apple pen. I have a pen, I have pineapple, pineapple pen, apple pen, pineapple pen, pen pineapple apple pen. Pen pineapple apple pen.
This episode and all of Newsbud's latest can be seen right now by Newsbud subscribing members. If you're not a member, Vimeo On Demand is your ticket. Now, Newsbud also offers our own aggregated news, and we call it Sibel's Picks. It's the best source for aggregated news online. Our community members love it. Newsbud's founder, Sibel Edmonds, handpicks each story herself. You get about 90 links a week, and you get all of this, plus the videos, the articles, Sibel's Picks, the roundtables, the interviews, investigative reports, and much more, exclusively available for Newsbud community members. So be sure to sign up today, and remember, you're supporting independent media, and once you subscribe, your price is locked in and will never increase. We want to deliver the best to our activist community members, but we need your support to do so. For all of us here at Newsbud, thank you for your support, and stay tuned for next week's lineup.
For us, it's not pen, pineapple, apple, pen. It's money, Newsbud, Newsbuddy money. No, I'm not going to sing that, but I do want to thank Newsbud community members for their support. And remind everybody, we don't have sponsors, advertising, or foundation support to keep the wheels turning at Newsbud. We are 100% independent media by and for the people. Please get your friends to join the best community of free thinkers on the internet, and you can also support Newsbud by buying my documentary on Douglas MacArthur's conspiracy to start a war with China. Thank you, and thanks for watching. See you next time. I'm Peter Lee for Newsbud's China Watch.